What hurt me is for you not to stand there and straighten that out. And I'm gonna tell you something. It made me feel some kind of way about you. That's the real problem.
When you think Love and Hip Hop Atlanta couldn't get any messier, think again. This feud is bringing receipts, regrets, and some jaw-dropping drama you won't believe. Just when fans thought Rasheeda and Michelle's decade-long tension had finally cooled down, a shocking new allegation has reignited the flames. Word on the street is that Michelle has allegedly been getting close with Kirk Frost, and the fallout is as dramatic as you'd expect. For those who don't know, Kirk has been at the center of controversy for years due to his history of infidelity, but this latest twist takes things to a whole new level. When Rasheeda caught wind of the whispers, she didn't hold back, taking to social media with a heated warning aimed directly at Michelle. Now fans are scrambling to piece together what's true, what's false, and why this feud just refuses to die.
This whole thing just took me back to that place, to when the situation happened. It sometimes triggers me. It can make me super angry at times and shut down, or it can make me snap the out and, you know, I'm human.
From years of tension to a IG Live showdown, let's get into the drama that's breaking the internet. But to understand why this cuts so deep, we need to rewind the clock to 2012, when this all started. The feud between Rasheeda and Michelle began in the early days of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and revolved around Michelle's allegations of against her ex-boyfriend, Memphis. During this time, Michelle publicly claimed that Memphis had physically harmed her and used her money to fund his lifestyle. While many people sympathized with Michelle's story, Rasheeda sided with Toya Wright, Memphis's then-wife, and publicly accused Michelle of lying. Rasheeda's decision to take Memphis's side appeared to be based on her loyalty to Toya, but it didn't sit well with Michelle or her supporters. Michelle didn't hesitate to clap back, accusing Rasheeda of exploiting her pain for clout and throwing shade at her loyalty to Toya over what Michelle saw as ultimate truths. The situation escalated quickly. On the show, their arguments became heated, with insults and accusations flying back and forth. Things boiled over during one of the show's reunion episodes, where their verbal exchanges almost turned physical. Fans were left stunned as Rasheeda doubled down on her belief that Michelle was fabricating her story, while Michelle defended her truth, demanding accountability not only from Memphis, but from those who doubted her experiences. Over the years, their animosity didn't fade. Michelle often used her platform to throw jabs at Rasheeda. From mocking her rap career to shading her personal life, Michelle made it clear that she wasn't willing to let go of the betrayal she felt. Meanwhile, Rasheeda rarely addressed the feud directly, but maintained her stance that she had done nothing wrong. This tension became one of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's most talked about rivalries. And just when you thought the drama was over, Kirk enters the picture and it's messier than ever.
I be trying to make it right as much as possible. I try to just pay the money, take care of the kid, not try to even put you in a space to be bothered with some you shouldn't even have to go through, you know? And at the end of the day, you ain't got to worry about me ever up again.
For many years, Kirk Frost has been a major figure in Rasheeda's life and unfortunately, her controversies. Kirk's history of infidelity has played out publicly on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, with some of the most explosive storylines revolving around his betrayals. One of the most famous scandals involved Jasmine Washington, a former stripper, who claimed that Kirk fathered her child. At first, Kirk denied even knowing Jasmine, but when a DNA test confirmed he was indeed the father, the situation became a public spectacle. Fans criticized Kirk for his blatant dishonesty, but many folks also questioned Rasheeda's decision to stay in the marriage despite the humiliation. This became a focal point of Michelle's criticism. Michelle often took aim at Rasheeda's marriage, calling her out for standing by Kirk despite his repeated disrespect. In interviews and even in her music, Michelle shamed Rasheeda for staying with Kirk while revealing that she valued appearances more than self-respect. For example, in her song F Your Man, Michelle called out Kirk's infidelity and Rasheeda's decision to forgive him, adding fuel to their already blazing feud. Now, with sources saying that Michelle herself might be linked to Kirk, the drama has hit a new level of chaos. Rasheeda, who has remained relatively quiet about Kirk's past indiscretions, wasted no time in addressing this rumor. Her recent IG Live, where she called out Michelle directly, shows just how personal the situation has become.
I understand it's embarrassing. I get it. I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed my kids. I already said it. I have definitely not cheated with Jasmine. I am definitely not trying to cheat with Jasmine. There is none of that going on.
The alleged connection between Kirk and Michelle has reignited old wounds and brought their long-standing feud back into the spotlight. For many fans, the question isn't just whether the allegation is true, but how it might reshape this already complicated relationship. With Kirk's history of messy involvements, it's no wonder people are talking about his role in this latest controversy. Well, Rasheeda's IG Live is serving up heat, and not the kind you want in your kitchen. In a fiery, no-holds-barred rant, internet. Rasheeda addressed the allegations. She denied any wrongdoing on Kirk's part or her own, calling the accusations baseless. Without directly naming Michelle, Rasheeda sent a strong warning, saying, "People love to keep my name in their mouths to stay relevant, but let me tell you something. You can play those games with somebody else." Her tone made it clear that she wasn't here for apologies or reconciliation. Rasheeda also doubled down on her stance from years ago, insisting that she never tried to discredit anyone's truth but was defending a friend. This also didn't sit well with Michelle, who wasted no time firing back. Michelle responded with her signature bluntness, claiming that Rasheeda still owed her a real apology. In her own Instagram live session, Michelle accused Rasheeda of lying when it mattered most. She said, "You want to act like you're above it all, but you were one of the loudest voices calling me a liar when I was just trying to tell my story. You think I forgot? Now, baby, I don't forget." Fans also took to social media to weigh in, and the reactions were nothing short of explosive. One Twitter user wrote, "Rasheeda acting all innocent now, but let's not forget how hard she went against K.Michelle back in the day. Accountability much?" On the flip side, some defended Rasheeda with comments like, "Michelle always looking for a fight. Rasheeda moved on, why can't she?" Instagram comment sections were equally divided. While some dragged Rasheeda for her perceived hypocrisy, others shaded Michelle for teaching Michelle recycling old drama for attention. A viral TikTok even parodied the feud, with one creator mimicking both women's rants, captioned 2024 and they're still arguing over 2012 drama. Aww, iconic but exhausting. Clearly, the internet isn't ready to pick a side unanimously, and the feud has once again become a cultural moment.
Like, happens. When you've been married for going on 25 years and been in a relationship with somebody who you've lived your life with, you got things to think about before you throw everything away.
Okay, so there's one person who seems to be dodging all the heat, Kirk Frost himself. While Rasheeda and Michelle are busy trading verbal blows, Kirk's role in this drama can't be overlooked. Let's not forget, the rumor about K.Michelle dating Kirk is what reignited this firestorm in the first place. Kirk has a well-documented history of bad decisions, from cheating scandals to love child revelations. Some fans are asking the obvious question, why isn't more of this energy directed at him? One comment on the Shade Room's post summed it up perfectly. Kirk has been embarrassing Rasheeda for years, and now she's mad at K.Michelle? Sis, aim that smoke at the right person. Others wonder that Rasheeda's refusal to confront Kirk is rooted in her public image. As one user put it, Rasheeda's brand is being the ride-or-die wife. Calling Kirk out too hard would break the image she's been selling for years. And it's true. Rasheeda has built her empire around loyalty, which makes targeting Michelle an easier choice than addressing her own husband's messy track record. On the other hand, some fans believe Michelle could be stirring the pot unnecessarily. A popular thread on Reddit discussed how K.Michelle has a history of airing grievances long after they've simmered down. One user wrote, "Michelle loves to bring up old receipts, but she's not innocent either. If she really dated Kirk, then she's part of the problem." It's also worth considering Kirk's silence in all this. He hasn't publicly addressed the rumors, leaving both women to duke it out while he stays in the background. Some fans see this as a classic Kirk move, letting the women around him absorb the fallout while he escapes unscathed. At the end of the day, the real question isn't just about who's telling the truth, but why the blame keeps bouncing back and forth between Rasheeda and Michelle while Kirk remains conveniently off the radar. As one Instagram comment put it, "This whole situation is messy, but one thing's for sure, Kirk's the common denominator in all this drama. Rasheeda needs to wake up." With tensions this high, it doesn't look like this feud will simmer down anytime soon, and Kirk's role in the chaos is bound to come under scrutiny sooner or later. So where does this leave us? Is this just the latest chapter in an endless feud, or is there more tea waiting to spill? At its core, this situation seems like a big web of unresolved issues, personal grievances, and public perception. Michelle continues to stand firm on her claim that Rasheeda discredited her when she needed support the most. Meanwhile, Rasheeda seems to protect her family's name, brushing off any idea that there's truth to these recent allegations. But the bigger question is, what about Kirk Frost? His silence on the dating rumor speaks volumes, or maybe it's just another way of deflecting blame. With his history of infidelity, it's no wonder people are side-eyeing him in this situation. At the same time, Rasheeda's decision to channel her energy toward Michelle instead of addressing Kirk directly leaves many fans scratching their heads. But what do you guys think? Do you think Michelle and Kirk were ever actually involved? Or is this just a baseless rumor stirring the pot? Should Rasheeda be confronting Kirk instead of keeping her focus on Michelle? And maybe the biggest question of all, will Rasheeda and Michelle ever bury the hatchet? Or is this feud destined to keep resurfacing for years to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.